Hey, how's it going, YouTube friends? It's me, your one furry boy, Never, and you're watching The Never Show. Yes, the only show with lemon-scented limes, lest I forget, and the only show with a supernatural, super awesome third eye. I mean, why ask why? Why wouldn't you want a supernatural, super awesome third eye? I mean, the song at the end of the video is called The One-Eyed Maestro for a reason, folks. Before we get started, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for clicking that little bell icon. I can't thank you guys enough. Some of the older videos are even coming back, and this is better than I expected and more than I ever thought I deserved. Thank you. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And if you could see my face right now, I'm almost crying. Yeah. Thank you. As hokey as that sounds. So yeah, you clicked on that impeccable thumbnail. You know what movie we're reviewing. So if it's snack time where you are, make sure you grab that snack, pause the video real quick. Don't want you to have to rewind, unless you want to be kind and rewind, because that's always good. So let's get right into that movie, shall we? And today's movie is The House with a Clock in Its Walls. It is a PG movie. It is an hour and 45 minutes. It does have some timing issues. We'll talk about that later. And there's some other things in the movie. It is a comedy. It is a family movie, and it is fantasy. It is great. Eli Roth is the director. The last thing I saw that I reviewed that he did was Death Wish. That was with, what is his name? God, I blanked on that.
It's Bruce Willis, his face, and name is on the DVD box, you lazy cat head man.
Writers were Eric Kripke, based on the book by John Bellairs. Our cast, first build only, because you don't want to listen to me read names all day, is Jack Black as Jonathan Barnesvelt, Kate Blanchett as Florence Zimmerman, Owen Vaccato as Louis Barnesvit, Kyle McKen as Isaac Vizard, Renee Elsa Callsbury as Celine Vizard, Colleen Camp as Miss Hatchet, Sonny Select as Toby Corrigan, Lorenza Izzo as Mother, Braxton Burken as Woody Mongo, Vanessa Ann Williams as Rosa Rita Pottinger, and that's our cast first build. I don't want to be reading names all day. There's a few more people that are just extras, and I mean, they do play their part, but they don't add any weight to this review. I really love Jack Black and Kate Blanchett in this, although their acting was subpar. The timing and editing of this movie really threw them off, I think. Our production companies were DreamWorks, because they hold the copyright to A House with a Clock in Its Walls, Amblin Entertainment, and Mythology Entertainment. I really think I was really hoping for something a little more from Amblin, and hooking up with Mythology didn't really help, but it was decent. Our distributor here in the good old United States of America, God bless America, land that I love, was Universal Pictures. Our special effects companies were Alchemy 24. Folks, Hybrid Technologies, Maverick VFX, and Rodeo VFX. Not really any big names that I usually see with a movie of this quality, but I believe they really did a great job on this film, visually wise. What I thought about this movie, just to be honest with you, the timing is somewhat muddled in certain places and it runs out of steam, but it does pick up towards the end and it isn't unwatchable. I didn't ADD, and that was a big problem with several other films recently, is that I literally could not keep watching it, you know? And if it's losing me, imagine you, the casual viewer who doesn't have ADD, you know, not being able to follow what's going on the screen, you know? One of the biggest goofs in the movie is that Jonathan, the lead character's last name is Barnesvelt, but Jack Black is his uncle on his mother's side, so wouldn't he have his father's name unless she had him out of wedlock, which it's one of those little goofs that doesn't really make sense. Also, there's a scene where Jack Black and Kate Blanchett's characters are having a discussion about who bring back the villain from the dead. Owen Vacato's character is not even thought about as being a wizard to do the magic hokey pokey that needs to be done to bring back, you know, the bad guy. And it was kind of dumb. And I blame the transition of book to film here. I think this could have been done better. You know, if they were overlooking, yeah, but it seemed really dumb. That's one of the big problems with the pacing of the movie, is that it threw off the pacing of the movie because this was so dumb and it took them to have to build to get back to where they figured this out. And being adults, they couldn't figure this out on their own. Kind of felt a little dumb, even for me. And I do think that Eric Kripke maybe had something to do with it. I don't know. He's the writer on this. He translated John Bellairs' original novel to a screenplay, and maybe something was lost there. I don't know. It's a wonderful, beautiful movie. I feel that some other people didn't like this because they were expecting more Harry Potter, and this is not Harry Potter. It's far from it, and the magic and the way magic is done here is very different, and and I feel that does set it apart from the Harry Potter universe. It's a 6.3 on IMDb. It's 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. 51% liked it. It's 3.3 out of 5, which I don't know how that makes much sense, but it does. And I kind of do want to see what CinemaSins thinks of this, just because I like it. I'm interested. It's definitely an interesting movie, but I don't want to get dazed and dazzled from the decadence of seeing one too many films, because, yeah, I watch a lot of films. I love the movies. This also was more adult enough that I wasn't too worried about going to a kid's movie. And we've had this problem before. I'll sit down in the movie theater and kids will sit down and parents will get upset because they have to sit in the middle of the row because I sat somewhere. You know, mothers weren't scrolling through their phones looking through the sex offender database for the guy with the big kitty head. Again, just to be honest with you, I definitely see this as a TV watch. I'm going to say pass on a DVD buy just because I think this is more of a Redbox rental, but I may buy this in the future. So this goes in the maybe pile. You know, it's interesting. I kind of want to see a director's cut. I want to see it in theaters again with a but. You know, Horrorween is next week. I've got to sit down and watch as many horror movies as possible. And I just won't be able to get to it before it's out of theaters the end of October. So, yeah. With all that said, if you like what you see, make sure you click that like button. It means absolutely nothing in the YouTube algorithm. But it gives me a bigger kitty head, and I can always get bigger heads, you know. Remember, all comments are 100% guaranteed response. Tell me your realities, your fan fictions, your tales of yay, your tales of ennui, why you hated this movie, why you love this movie. I want to hear it. I always enjoy responding to your comments, so please keep them coming. It is the highlight of my day when I get comments that challenge me or give me more information on a subject that that I didn't already know. And I have to ask, this is the way YouTube is done in 2018. I have an Amazon, I have a Patreon. Without donations from viewers like you, this channel cannot keep going. Thank you all for donating so far, the people who have donated anonymously. A lot of you do this anonymously. I wish I could say thank you, your name here, but that doesn't work out. You don't realize how little I have to do so much. Thank you for all your donations. And with all that said, if you want to see more of this nonsense, make sure you click that subscribe button and that little bell icon.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
And I will see you all in the next movie review. Bye!
He who breaks the law must go to the house of pain.